Have you ever stopped to think that, even with all the love you feel for your dog, you might be hurting him emotionally without realizing it? Well, many seemingly harmless or even affectionate actions can actually cause deep, silent, and constant suffering. And the most painful part is that he can't tell you this with words, but the signs are there. In his eyes, in his behavior, in the reactions we sometimes ignore. So, stay with me until the end of this video. What you'll hear here can completely transform the way you care for your best friend. And if this content resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and support our channel to continue sharing this message with more people. Starting with an uncomfortable truth, emotional abandonment exists. You can provide food, water, even toys. But if you don't provide quality time, presence, and true affection, your dog is experiencing a profound void. He feels your absence. And this kind of loneliness, constant and unexplained, can lead to canine depression. Yes, dogs get depressed too. They feel it when they're left out, ignored, when they're no longer a priority. Another hurtful behavior that many people don't even realize is yelling at their dog. Whether in a moment of frustration or stress, raising your voice is deeply frightening. The dog doesn't understand why. He doesn't know he did something wrong the way you do. He's just afraid. A loud, aggressive tone generates anxiety, confusion, and can directly affect the bond of trust you've built. And when this happens again, trust is broken. And speaking of trust, betraying that trust is devastating. For example, promising a walk and not following through, pretending to give a treat and not giving it, hiding as a game when he's scared. All of this seems small, but for the dog, it's a breach of security. He begins to live in doubt, afraid to trust again. Imposing physical punishment, even mild, is one of the cruelest acts. Pats, pushes, chokeholds, all of this causes physical pain, but even worse, it emotionally erodes the love and respect your dog feels for you. Fear replaces affection, and little by little, that happy dog starts to withdraw, becoming skittish, withdrawn, and unhappy. Another sensitive point, leaving your dog alone for hours every day. Modern routines are hectic, we understand, but for your dog, every hour alone is an eternity. They are social animals bred to live in groups. Prolonged isolation can cause serious behavioral and emotional damage. And the worst part is when this happens day after day, without emotional compensation. Underestimating your dog's pain is more common than it seems. Sometimes your dog is limping or avoiding movement, and we think it's just a whim or it'll pass soon. But the unspoken pain eats away at us. And when we ignore it, we're telling them, even unintentionally, that their suffering doesn't matter. Have you ever neglected your dog when he tried to interact? Whether it's by being on your phone, on the computer, watching TV, this neglect affects his emotional state. Because for him, you're the center of his universe. And when you don't reciprocate, it's as if his world loses its shine. Another serious mistake is forcing interactions he doesn't want. Forcing your dog to sit on your lap, play, or interact with strangers or other dogs when he's clearly uncomfortable. This isn't socialization, it's invasion. Respecting his space is essential. Ignoring signs of stress is another way to hurt him. An untimely yawn, flat ears, excessive lip licking, turning away, these are all calls for help. And when we don't listen, we're allowing the suffering to continue. And there's also the mistake of punishing natural behaviors, like barking, digging, sniffing everything during walks. These behaviors are instinctive. When you constantly scold him, you're telling him he can't be who he is. This frustrates, hurts, and discourages. Let's take a quick break here. If this content has given you any food for thought so far, please like and subscribe. This helps the channel a lot and shows that you care about your dog's well-being. Moving on, ignoring the need for mental stimulation is an emotionally draining mistake. Dogs need to think, solve problems, explore. Intelligence games, simple tricks, daily challenges. A bored dog is a sad dog, and chronic boredom leads to destructive behavior. Talking badly about your dog in front of him may seem silly, but it's not. The tone of your voice, the way you point, the look in your eyes, he picks up on all of this. And when he realizes he's being ridiculed or rejected, he truly feels rejected. Comparing him to other dogs also hurts. Saying that the neighbor's dog is smarter, prettier, more polite, all of this hurts. He may not understand the words, but he understands the intention. And this undermines a dog's self-esteem. Yes, it exists. Changing behavior based on personal moods is also confusing and hurtful. One day you're affectionate, the next you're distant. Sometimes you want to play, then you ignore them. This emotional instability makes the dog live on high alert, anxious, and insecure. And finally, the cruelest of all, emotionally abandoning them after a change in the family. The arrival of a baby, a new partner, a move. The dog feels like they've lost their place, and instead of including them, many people exclude them. This is devastating. Take a deep breath now, because the idea here isn't to blame, it's to raise awareness. Every owner has made mistakes. The important thing is to be willing to do better. Starting today, observe more, listen more with your heart, and be truly present. Your dog doesn't want expensive toys or gourmet food. He wants you, your time, your affection, your attention. He wants to be a part of your life, just as you are a part of his. If this video touched your heart, like it now, comment on what made you reflect, subscribe to the channel to continue learning and helping your pet live a full and happy life. Activate the bell so you don't miss anything. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And of course, watch the next video on the screen. See you there.